Hi everybody, this is Dan Talks Sense, and today I'm going to do my top 10 summer fragrance list of 2020. So if you want to know what they are, please stay tuned. Today guys, I'm going to do something really spontaneous. I'm going to try and get to the top of a place called Hope Bowden. It's one of the highest places in Shropshire, and I'm going to show you the magnificent skyline, the surrounding areas of Shropshire, and I'm going to drop my top 10 summer fragrance list. Now, there's a lot of risks that can go into this. It's really humid in Telford and Shropshire. Today it's over 30 degrees after 6 p.m, which is quite unbelievable. So there's a risk taking fragrances in these climates. You can ruin them, as we all know. Also, they could clap together and break as I'm climbing up the hill. But I think it's important that I show you the fragrances on camera. Now, some of you may think this is a bit late to be dropping my summer fragrance list, as we're just about to get into July. We've just finished summer solstice, so from now the night's drawing earlier. But Boris Johnson has just announced that lockdown rules are going to change, so we can now go in pubs and restaurants from July the 4th. So for many, our summers are going to actually start in July, and we can start socialising with family and friends again. So it's a great time to discover some new summer fragrances to wear. So hopefully I'll time it just about right, so we'll get to the top at about 9:30. I'll show you the magnificent skyline. As I get to the top, I'm going to record some clips just to show you what it's like getting to the top, because it's a beautiful location, and even getting to the top it is difficult but really enjoyable. When I get to the top and I drop my list, there's going to be something for everybody in that list. There's going to be some clones, cheapies, niche and designer. So if you like beautiful skylines, countryside, but you want to discover some nice fragrances to wear this summer, stay with me and stay tuned. Beautiful, look at that up there. I'm just going to sweep round and show you how amazing this is. Look at that sunset. You don't see that in Jeremy Fragrance's videos. I just want to thank everybody that's made this possible. You support in Fragcom, because it's inspiring me to do things like this, and it's great for my mental health. So thank you very much. There's my friends, my good friends. There you go, look at that, fantastic. Now, before the sun goes down and you can't see me, I'm going to go through these quite quickly. I'm going to do it off the cuff. I'm not going to do too much editing. I'm just going to tell you why I'm picking each one. My number 10 is Sean John Unforgivable, and this is a really good clone of Creed's Millesime Imperial. With this, it's got an added rum note in there, which makes it a little bit different, but you've got the nice, fresh, citrusy, sort of salty sea sort of fragrance, and it's really nice and fresh and perfect for a summer evening if you're having drinks with friends. I get about 4 to 5 hours performance. It's about 2-foot projection with this one. This was released by the rapper P Diddy, and it was about £40, and I think it was well worth the money. I've still got quite a bit left. I bought a number of bottles at the time, but this gives me great memories from the mid-2000s of going clubbing in this one. That's my number 10, Sean John Unforgivable. For number 9, I'm going to give you one that you may not have heard of, and this is from the clothing shop Next. This is called Code Red, and this is a good clone of Invictus Aqua. Like number 10, this one is fresh. It's got that salty vibe, and this is really refreshing. I wear this before I go to the gym. Now, this would cost about £12 from Next. You're not going to get all day performance. You'll probably get about 2 hours, but it's a good substitute for Invictus Aqua. And they still sell Code Red, because with Next they do change the fragrances that they sell, but Code Red is still there, and I really like it, really close to Invictus Aqua. But don't expect all day performance, but it's good as a grab and go. That's Next Code Red. For my number 8, I'm going for Allure Home Sport O Extreme, and this gives me memories of working in a clothing store when I was a teenager. I used to go to a shop called Boots, and I used to put this on. I used to get so many compliments from customers. What you get with this is the orange, you know, mandarin tonka, and this is absolutely beautiful. And I actually got a compliment from my manager when I put this on this morning, which is always great. You know, it's a nice confidence booster. I get about 4 to 5 hours projection out of this. I think it's like a really nice, it's a high-end designer fragrance. Maybe a tad overpriced, you're getting closer to the £100 mark, but for me, it's reliable and I wear it for work or nights out. That's Chanel Sport O Extreme. So my number 7, I've mentioned this before, and this is a niche fragrance. This is Erin Tarrant Shoes' brand, and this is called Ozone, and this is similar to Virgin Island Water. I won't talk too much about this one because I've done a full review and you can check that out, but for me it performs better than Virgin Island Water. It's a really nice coconut and a mint that comes through, and this performed really well on me. I get a good 6 to 7 hours, and I really like this one. This is Ozone by Erin Tarrant Shoes. So we'll get into the big hitters now, but before we do, number 6, so 109876, number 6 is one by Zahra, and it's 9.0, and this is similar to Dior Homme, the original Dior Homme, and what you get with this is bergamot, juniper. You also get a bit of iris, which isn't listed. It's a perfect office scent, and I get a good 4 to 5 hours out of this one. This was only about £12. It's got amber vetiver and juniper berries in there. It's so refreshing, so classy, and so fresh. 4 to 5 hours projection out of this, and it's a real safe bet. This won't offend people in the office, and it's really cheap, and it will get you the odd compliment. So that's Zahra 9.0. So we're getting down to the last ones now. I couldn't do a list without mentioning, I'll do some, before I go to my last 5, I will do an honourable mention to Perfume Parlour's Night Gent. I need to add this in my list halfway through. This is a great clone of Lambwick de L'Homme, and I picked this up for £12 for 30 mils, and it's on the dry down of Lambwick de L'Homme. It's identical really. You'll get a good 3 to 4 hours out of this one, and it's so cheap and really close to Lambwick de L'Homme. This is Perfume Parlour's Night Gent. But my number 5 is Cedroc Boisé. I don't actually have a full bottle of Cedroc Boisé. I only had a decant, but for me, Cedroc Boisé's got fantastic performance. It's got super fresh orange in the opening. Then it turns into more of a Ventus type with the muskiness that comes in. And then you'll have this nice floral vibe midway through. And it's a fantastic fragrance. I've really liked Cedroc Boisé, and it's perfect for the summer. That's my number 5. Let's go on to the last 4. So the last 4, my number 4 is Acqua di Gio Profumo, and the reason I'm picking this is because this is so reliable. It's fantastic performance. When I've got a really important day at work and it's hot climate, I'll wear this and it will last throughout the day. It takes the original Acqua di Gio DNA, and then it just adds a little bit more strength to it. It's fantastic. It's what it's got is some incense in it that makes it last longer and project more. This is super classy, perfect if you wear a suit to work. But I've worn this on nights out, and it's super potent stuff, and I still like it. I think this is better than Profundo, which is a newer version. This is my a really super reliable fragrance for the summer. Acqua di Gio Profumo. So we're down to our last 3. I'll mention this one. Number 3 is Vanilla Intense, and this is a fantastic clone of Creed Aventus, but what they've done is they took the Creed DNA, they've added a gourmand element to it by adding in this beautiful vanilla note. I don't know why my box is stained, I don't know why, it looks like black currant's gone in on it or something, but what you see on the back of the box is it's super classy and really nice presentation. This actually gives me 6 to 7 hours. It gets me compliments, and to me it's really close to the newer batches of Creed, the 2019 batches. I think it's really difficult to get close to the original batches from the earlier years, but this is as good a clone as you're going to get, but you are paying closer to £100. If you want a cheapy clone, this isn't going to be the one, but if you want a clone that's really realistic, really classy, then go for Pineapple Vintage Vanilla Intense. So we're down to our last two. So my number 2 is this one by Zahra. This is Gourmand Leather. This is the best clone of Ultramol by Yves Saint Laurent you will ever find. It's the 95% Ultramol, but they add a little bit of leather in there and a little bit of iris. And this is a fantastic performer. This gives me great memories of when England got to the semi-finals of the World Cup, and I remember wearing this in a pub. I was all sweaty, I had a bit of beer, and you know, you're not smelling the greatest when you're wearing a football shirt, but this actually took away that. It actually did really well for me last summer and the summer before. A fantastic fragrance. This will last you 6 or 7 hours. You know, Zahra gets criticised for its performance, but this does really well. If you can still find this around, go for the one with the brown bottle, because they're better than the see-through bottles. They did like a newer version, it wasn't as good, but Zahra Gourmand Leather, you got to go for this one. But if I was to go for my number 1, it would be still in 2020, it would be Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP. The reason I picked this is because it's a bit different from your usual blue fragrances, because it's got a note of sage in there, which is really random, but it just seems to work. And I remember last year, it was the hottest day of the year, and I put this on, and even in 36 degrees climate in the UK, which was astonishing, this still worked really well, performed. This will get you compliments. It's super duper performance, and when I smell this, it just reminds me of last summer and sitting in a beer garden, which I really miss, and we'll be getting that after the 4th of July. So if you've enjoyed today's video, I hope you enjoyed the views as much as I have. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Thank you very much for listening. This was so enjoyable to put together this video, and I thank you all for your support watching today and so far on my journey. I'm going to take you to more amazing places in Shropshire and around the UK. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all very soon.